Hello, Professor Wood. This is my art analysis for ART305, and I named it The Beauty on the Inside and Out. For my art analysis, I decided to go to the Getty Center, and it was honestly an amazing museum. I had never been to it, and it's known for its huge and varied collection of artwork. The Getty Museum is known for its varied collection of artwork ranging from history to the present. The J. Paul Getty Museum is situated in Los Angeles, California, and the museum offers an immersive environment where people can explore its large collection. Being my first time, I was overwhelmed with how beautiful it was and how large the actual museum was. Though throughout looking through several pieces of art, one of my favorite pieces had to be Irises by Vincent van Gogh, created back in 1889. Since I went with my girlfriend, we were immediately drawn to it for some reason, wondering what was so special about this piece and how come it is so mesmerizing for us. I wasn't able to move anymore and decided this was the piece I wanted to do my assignment on. I honestly thought that irises was amazing and the vibrant blue background contrasts with colorful iris paintings. I think that Van Gogh used strong expressive lines with thick flowing strokes that evoked energy and movement. There's something about it that almost makes it feel alive. The irises line combine and disperse to guide whoever is watching into a sort of trance across the canvas. It was honestly one of the most beautiful paintings I had ever seen. I thought that the key aspect of Iris's emotion connection is color, with shades of purple, blue, and green filled with energy. I thought that the palette was so rich and expressive it even made me search up other pictures of real irises. I thought that the scene's impact is increased by dramatic contrast and appearance made by a combination of colors that are matching, with their vibrant hues creating a sense of happiness and energy. The irises appear to even jump out at the canvas. I also thought that the light of irises represents spiritual enlightenment and transcendence. Van Gogh's use of light and shadow gives the image depth and character, and gives the irises a feeling of inner brightnesses. The way the light bounces across the petals gives the impression that the flowers are moving and changing, as though they're making a soft motion towards the sky. I think that irises is a metaphor for Van Gogh's own battles with mental illness and his search for inner beauty and peace. The bright hues and the wavy lines represent his mental instability, while the bright light connects to a spark of transcending and hope through the shadows. I think that with irises, Van Gogh encourages people to think about the astonishing beauty of nature and finding comfort in the transformational potential of art. The second piece that caught my attention was Hiroshima 69 by Ishuichi Miyako, created in 2007. And when I tell you I gasped, I really did gasp. I could not believe what I had just witnessed. Going from such beauty and brightness to this was an insane change. I'm not saying this art piece wasn't beautiful, but it was just so different compared to what I was used to seeing in museums. I knew I needed to choose this piece as my second to compare and contrast both paintings. As you may know, the bombing of Hiroshima happened on August 6, 1945. Well, it is a relic and a memory of the bombing. I think that the sad photography artwork of Miyako shows the unsettling aftermath of the atomic bombing of Hiroshima during World War II. And in this piece, Miyako shows a close-up picture of a shirt that a Hiroshima atomic blast victim had on. The shirt's fabric shows obvious signs of damage, such as burns, tears, and discoloration. This made the picture almost feel unsettling and personal. I also noticed that the finely detailed patterns and texture of the fabric directed my attention to the physical effects of how the assault left the shirt. The sharp corners of the burns and the tears on the shirt give a sense of chaos and catastrophe, making the image's use of line especially stunning. I also thought that the contrast between the light and shade draws attention to the fabric's texture and highlights how severely the atomic blast damaged the shirt. I think in terms of color, it plays a major role in Hiroshima number 69, as the colors include fading whites, grays, and blacks, and even yellow, and they really accent the sort of darkness in the picture. The lack of bright colors emphasizes the harsh reality of war's aftermath while increasing the feeling of loss and grief. I think that metaphorically speaking, the image is a powerful representation of the human cost of war and the lasting sadness that the survivors go through. From what I saw, the atomic bomb damaged the clothing, and it is an important memorial to the agony and strength of the Hiroshima people. I also thought that the clothing acts as a physical reminder of the past. While the composition of the image represents how people remember the atomic explosion as a whole, the fabric's patterns and textures take on a symbolic meaning from the stories of losses and encounters connected to Hiroshima's past, serving as a constant reminder of the city's strength. In my eyes, I think that this piece forced me to face the brutality of war and its repercussions on a wider scale. I think that the image provoked sympathy and understanding for the Hiroshima victims while also calling for a consideration of the wider consequences of nuclear conflict and the significance of pursuing peace. In conclusion, I think that Miyako's Hiroshima number 69 and Irises by Vincent van Gogh are both beautiful in their own ways. I think that there's a sort of dual purpose to Miyako's piece, but as well Van Gogh's, making them similar in seeing past just the image. Van Gogh's being so-called pretty on the outside because of the flowers, but having a sort of darker meaning on the inside towards his mental illness. Then there's Miyako's piece seeming darker on the outside, but when you really go into the meaning, it was more beautiful in a search of peace, harmony, and love. It was beautiful to see the transformational ability of art to communicate meanings that are both literal and metaphorical. And that was my presentation. Thank you, Professor.